fellow ant keepers, it's nice to see you in the first episode of the new season. Today, by popular request, is an ant room update. Make sure to watch until the end to get updated on all of my colonies. First things first, the Messor barbarus colony. It is winter, so their growth has slowed down, but they have grown a good amount since you saw them last. They have quite a few minor and media workers now. They do have a higher humidity nest, but they use that mostly in the summer. Now, there is quite a bad moulding problem in the sponge. I don't really see this as too much of a problem, and they all need a nest upgrade before it really gets out of hand. And as Messor do, they have wiped their fecal matter.
Poop.
Fecal matter.
Say poop.
Fine. They have wiped their poop all over the acrylic on one side of the nest. Next colony, Lasius, niger. There are more or less the same amount of workers as they were in September, but I really think that this summer could take this colony to well over 1,000 workers. The colony has partially moved into their outworld now, maybe because the sponge in the ant's Australia nest is completely gone. The entire nest is kind of dirty, as it has been lived in for almost 2 years now. I attempted to do a bit of cleaning, but too many workers escaped when I opened the lid for me to do too much. I think that I'll move them into a new setup in the next few episodes. I hear you say,
"No, you're not supposed to move colonies during hibernation."
Does this really look like hibernation to you? I have noticed no difference at all in their activity since the summer. The setup that they will be moved into will probably be a tubs and tubes setup. That is, unless a former carrying company wanted me to, review a nest, or an outworld, or anything really. Please.
My email's in the description.
Other than that, their appetite is pretty good. And now, technically, my most famous colony, my Myrmica rubra. Their behaviour is quite strange in that there are unpredictable spikes in their activity. I think that this is fairly common, and I have seen similar spikes in ant holoflow videos. Remember the great drought from my Fire Ants Have Mites video, and how I put an ant kit acrylic nest in their setup, in case the soil became too dry to nest in. They never really did, so let's go ahead and remove that real quick. Something that immediately struck me is how the ants might be nesting in the soil below the nest. There are a few tunnels, but nothing too significant. To encourage them to move out even further, I'm going to put the nest vertically like this. A couple of minutes go by and the ants decide to explore the nest for some reason. A full 24 hours later and the ants are still there. In fact, they have even started moving in soil. Hold on, if you're enjoying this video, a sub to the channel would be for ant-astic. I think I'm going to leave the nest in to see what on earth they are doing with it. And now onto my Camponotus nicobarensis, which I think is my current favourite colony. Their brownish red coloration is truly beautiful. This colony has 7 workers with 3 cocoons ready to hatch and a decent sized clutch of eggs. I think that I am going to move this colony into the ants Australia nest once they have crossed the 15 worker threshold and the Lasius niger have moved out. And now onto my Lasius niger tri-queen colony. The 3 queens failed to lay eggs, let alone raise workers. One is still alive, but even with frequent feedings, I don't think that I could get her to lay eggs. I already have a Lasius niger colony. This was more of an experiment than anything else, so now I know not to attempt multi-queen colonies in the future. And finally, the Lasius flavus colonies. They're in dilly cups with sand and test tubes. I am not going to show footage of the colonies, as I am already aware that in one of them a queen has died, and I really want to give them the best chance of success that they can get. And that concludes the ant room update. I do not have any other colonies to update you on.
Email in the description.
If this video hits 25 likes, I will make a feeding my colonies video. Or not, oh, some sugar water and perhaps half a chopped up mealworm. I mean cockroaches, mealworms, sugar water, honey, the lot. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe. If you didn't, then don't, and I will see you in the next video.